Now it's time to see how we can combine multiple expressions, and we're going to see how together those expressions can return either true or false. And first we're going to look at the logical AND operator, but first I'm going to create another variable called it's active, and it's going to be a Boolean variable. So I'm going to type here it's active equals true. Now first we're going to look at the logical AND operator. And to use the logical AND operator, we go at the end of our first condition and we type here AND. So this is the logical AND operator. Now I'm going to check for the second condition, if the user is active. So if it's active equals to true. So this is what we are checking now. So you first check to see if the score is greater or equal to 100, and if our variable it's active, it's equal to true, and it's equal to true because it has a value of true. So this entire expression is going to return true because here we're using the logical AND operator. That entire expression is going to return true if both conditions evaluate to true. So if score is greater than or equal to 100, evaluates to true, and if it's active, it's equal to true. Only then it will evaluate the entire expression to true. So now if I run this code, you'll see you're still at the same level. Keep trying, never give up, because for this condition to be true, for the entire condition that we have here to be true, in order to be true, both conditions, the score greater than equal to 100 needs to be true, and if it's active, it has to be equal to true. And in our case, the score is not greater than 100, and this is why you get executed the else part, because this condition failed and in the entire expression returned false. But if I change this to 100, now if I run this, you are at the second level. So now it works because the first condition, if the score is greater than equal to 100, evaluates to true because our score is not greater than 100, but is greater than equal or is greater or equal to 100. So it's equal to 100, then it evaluates to true, because here we're checking to see if the score is greater than equal or greater or equal to 100. And it's active, it's equal to true, and that is correct because it's active has a value of true. But if you hover over here, it says that you can reformat the line. And what I think is saying, let me hover over here. Let's see what suggestion we have. Reformat the file, it says. Let's click on that. Nothing happened. But what we can do here is, instead of checking for is active equal to true, so this is the equal to operator, which checks to see if what we have on the left it's equal to what we have on the right. This is what this equal to operator is doing. It's checking to see if the operand on the left and it's equal to the operand on the right. And in this case they are equal because this active has a value of true, and we are checking to see if it's equal to true. But we can write this in a shorter way. So we can type here only if is active, and this it will check to see if active has a value of true or if it has a value of false. This is what it's gonna do, and this is a shorter way of writing what we had previously. And this is the logical AND operator. And in the logical AND operator, both conditions on the left and the condition on the right have to be true in order for the entire expression to evaluate to true. Now let's look at the logical OR operator. And the logical operator will return true, the entire expression will return true if at least one of the conditions evaluates to true. So in this case, if I change this to, let's say, 60, and this condition, the first condition, fails, because now you're using the logical OR operator, because our second condition, it's active, it's true, so this is will evaluate to true. It will the entire expression is gonna return true. So now if I run this code, you're gonna see the same output. You are at the second level. So this is how we can use the logical OR operator. And there is another operator called the logical NOT operator, but we're gonna look at that in the next video. So this is how you can use the logical AND and the logical OR operator. With the logical AND operator, both conditions have to be true in order for the entire expression to be true. With the logical OR operator, if one of the condition is true, the entire expression is going to return true. So now if I change this to false, now if I run this, because now none of the conditions were true, this condition, we get you are still at the same level. So we get executed this condition, because this condition evaluates now to true. So this is how we can use the logical AND and the logical OR operator to combine multiple expressions. An expression is something which returns a value. In our case, this expression that we have here returns true or false. This expression that we have here returns true or false. So with the logical AND operator, you're gonna get true for the entire expression if both conditions on the left and on the right are true. And with the logical OR operator, if one of the condition is true, the entire expression is going to be true. But if both conditions are false, then the entire expression is going to evaluate to false. So this is how you can use the logical AND and the logical OR operator. Actually, I'm going to show you how to use also the logical NOT operator. So to use the logical NOT operator, we type here AND NOT, it's active. So now what the logical AND NOT will do is will switch whatever is the value of the expression on the right from true to false, and if it's false, it will change it from false to true, and vice versa. So if I now here I have false and I have 60. So though both conditions here should evaluate to false, but because now here we are using the logical NOT operator, which basically what is doing is switching the value of the expression from false, it will switch to true. So this will have true, and because we are using the logical AND operator, the entire expression will evaluate to false. So now if I run this, you are still at the same level. Keep trying, never give up. Now let's see how you can use the logical OR NOT operator. So instead of AND here, let's change it to OR. So now you have the logical OR NOT operator, and because we are using the logical OR NOT operator, now if at least one of the condition evaluates to true, all the expression will return true, and it will execute the block of the code. And now again, the logical OR and the NOT operator is switching the value of the variable. So if previously when you had the logical AND operator and we have 60, so this was false, this was also true, because you're using the logical AND operator, because both have to be true. The entire expression returns false, and if you run this code, you are still at the same level. Keep trying, never give up, because it executed this block of code of the elif statement. With the logical OR NOT operator, what you can do is, because the value of its active is false, but with the logical OR NOT operator, because the NOT operator is switching the value of the Boolean type from false to true and from true to false. In this case, it's going to switch the value from false to true. And because you're using the logical OR NOT operator, it will if this condition will be converted to true, the entire expression is going to return true. So if I run now this, you'll see that you are at the second level, it's going to say. So you are at the second level, and because now we are using the logical OR NOT operator, even though this is false, this was switched to true because we're using the NOT operator, and because we're using it in combination with the OR operator. If one of the expressions evaluates to true, which this one was converted to true, the entire expression returned true, and we got in the output, you are at the second level. So this is how we can use the logical AND NOT operator and the logical OR NOT operator. And in the next video, we're gonna look at some gonna look more closely at the greater than or equal to operator, the less or equal operator, because we didn't cover that, to have a good understanding of how and when to use them and how they work together and so on. So see you in the next video.